room, no room.
No room. No room.
There's plenty of room.
Have some wine.
I don't see any wine.
There isn't any.
Then it isn't very civil of you to offer it.
It wasn't very civil of you to sit down without being invited.
I didn't know it was your table. It's late for a reading.
Your hair one's cutting.
You should learn not to make personal remarks. It's very rude.
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
I believe I can guess that.
Do you mean that you think you can find out the answer to it?
Exactly so.
You should say what you mean.
I do, at least. At least, I mean what I say. That's the same thing, you know.
Not the same thing a bit. You might as well just say that I see what I eat is the same thing as I eat what I see.
You might as well say that I like what I get is the same thing as I get what I like.
You might as well say is that I breathe when I sleep is the same thing as I sleep when I breathe.
It is the same thing with you. What day of the month is it?
The 4th.
2 days wrong. I told you the butter wouldn't suit the works.
It was the best butter.
Yes, but some crumbs must have gotten in as well. You shouldn't have put it in with the bread knife.
It was the best butter, you know.
What a funny watch that is. It tells the day of the month, but not what o'clock it is.
Why should it? Does your watch tell you what year it is?
Of course not. But that's because it stays the same year for such a long time together.
Which is the case with mine.
I don't quite understand you.
The dormouse is asleep again.
Of course, of course. Just what I was going to remark on myself.
Have you guessed the riddle yet?
No, I give up. What's the answer?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Nor I.
I think you might do something better than waste the time in asking riddles that have no answers.
If you knew time as well as I do, you wouldn't talk about wasting it. It's him.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you don't. I dare say you never even spoke to time.
Perhaps not, but I know you have to beat time in order to learn music.
Ah, that accounts for it. He won't stand beating. Now, if you only kept on good terms with him, he'd do almost anything you liked with the clock. For instance, suppose it were 9 o'clock in the morning. Just time to begin lessons. You'd only have to whisper a hint to time. And round goes the clock in a twinkling. 1:30, time for dinner.
I only wish it was.
That would be grand, certainly. But then, I shouldn't be hungry for it, you know?
Not at first, perhaps. But you could keep it up to 1:30 as long as you liked.
Is that the way you manage?
We quarreled last March, just before he went mad, you know. It was the great concert given by the Queen of Hearts, and I had to sing, "Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder where you're at." You know the song, perhaps?
I've heard something like it.
It goes in this way. Up above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle.
Twinkle, twinkle, twinkle.
Well, I had hardly finished the first verse when the Queen jumped up and bawled out, "He's murdering the time, off with his head."
How dreadfully savage.
And ever since that, he won't do a thing I ask. It's always 6 o'clock now.
Is that the reason why so many tea things are put out here?
Yes, that's it. It's always tea time. But we've no time to watch the things between whiles.
Then you keep moving around, I suppose.
Exactly so, as the things get used up.
But then what happens when you get back to the beginning?
Suppose we change the subject. I'm getting tired of this. How about the young lady tells us a story?
I'm afraid I don't know one.
The Dormouse Show.
Wake up, Dormouse.
Yes, yes. I heard every word you fellows were saying.
Then tell us a story.
Yes, please do.
And be quick about it, or you'll be asleep again before it's done.
Once upon a time, there were three sisters, and they lived at the bottom of a well, and their names were Elsie, Lacey, and, Tilly.
What did they live on?
They lived on treacle.
They couldn't have done that, you know. They'd have been ill.
So they were. Very.
But why did they live at the bottom of a well?
Take some more tea.
I haven't had anything yet, so I can't take more.
You mean you can't take less? It's either to take more than nothing.
Nobody asked your opinion.
Who's making personal remarks now?
But why did they live at the bottom of a well?
It was a treacle well.
But there's no such thing.
Shh!
If you can't be civil, you better finish the story yourself.
No, please go on. I won't interrupt again. I dare say there may be one.
One indeed. And so these three sisters, they were learning to draw, you know.
What did they draw?
Treacle.
I want a clean cup.
Let's all move one place on.
But I don't understand. Where did they draw the treacle from?
You can draw water out of a water well. So I should think you can draw a treacle out of a treacle well. Hey, stupid?
But they were in a well.
They were well in. They were learning to draw all manner of things. Everything that begins with an M.
But why with an M?
Why not?
That begins with an M, such as mousetraps and the moon and memory and muchness. You know, you say things that are much of a muchness. Did you ever see such a thing as a drawing of a muchness?
Really, now that you ask me, I don't think...
Then you shouldn't talk.
At any rate, I'll never go there again.
I'm singing this note cause it fits in well with the cards I'm playing. I can't pretend there's any meaning hidden in the things I'm saying, but I'm in tune.